Welcome to the Holistic Kid. My name is Zane.
My name's Abdullah.
And my name's Iman.
We're the Holistic Kids here to educate us kids from the inside out. We
We
all
all have habits.
Mine is to pray as soon as I wake up.
Mine is to make the lunches every morning.
Mine is to do the dishes every morning. Me too.
And did you know that some habits can help us while other habits can hurt us?
I knew it. Taking the dishes out of the dishwasher every morning is definitely a bad habit.
No, nice try, Iman. I don't think you can get out of that one. We have an expert that can help us with just so which habits are healing and which ones are not. We have an expert that can help us with that. With just that. Dr. Rob Downey. Dr. Rob Downey is a board certified family practice MD and IFM certified practitioner. He has 21 years of experience as an attending physician and 15 years as a functional medicine provider. He is the founder of Seaworthy Functional Medicine that serves the underserved areas of Alaska. His whole career has been spent working for and on the behalf of nonprofit hospitals and Alaskan Native corporations. His Healing Habits Summit is launching just next week.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Dr. Downey, for joining us today. So, how do you
so
go?
honored.
It's our pleasure.
It's our pleasure.
It's our pleasure.
So, how did you go from being a conventional medical doctor to what you are doing today? We would love to hear your story.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. And I want to say that you four are my heroes. I don't know any other young people that are shining in this specific way that you all are shining. And I admire your courage and commitment for this platform that you're creating. So kudos to you. I 16 years ago saw a person in a clinic in Montana, and it was an integrative medicine holistic clinic, but I didn't have training to be a holistic doctor. So the criteria to get the job there was just that I was open-minded. So imagine my kind of anxiety and surprise when this person came in with really absolutely debilitating arthritis, inflammation of the joints, so severe that their fingers had drifted off sideways from their hand joints, like really, really really bad. And it was autoimmune, where the person's immune system was attacking the self. And she said, "Hey, you're a holistic doctor, you can help me." And I said, well, I don't have the training, but I know someone that can. And the medications that this person had tried had suppressed her immune system. She got pneumonia and all these infections and stuff. So my toolbox wouldn't have even worked anyway. 6 months later, she walked past me in the hallway. She was more upright. She was bright-eyed. Her skin looked like it had good color. She was walking at ease. And I was just blown away. And I said, "You look so healthy and bright-eyed. What did you do to reverse your crippling arthritis?" And she said, "Whole food, stress management, probiotics, and anti-inflammatory botanicals." And I went, "Oh my gosh, I got to know how you got better." And my mentor, a naturopathic doctor, connected me to functional medicine. I got the training, and then I've just never looked back.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's just
What
such
is
a
a
fun way to
habit?
work. Habits?
What's a
We're gonna
habit?
go.
What is a
So,
habit?
what is one? Well, they're the things we do, right? They're the results of our thoughts and actions. They're what we do over and over again, either for good or for ill. Nice try, by the way, getting out of the dishwashing.
Yeah, they do it every morning, so it gets a little boring for them.
Well, some of the things that serve us well are repetitive. Sometimes we have to find a way to make them fun. Do you ever find a way to make the dishes fun?
No.
No.
We try different techniques.
I turn on my favorite music when I have to cook or clean the kitchen.
Yeah, Mom does that too sometimes.
Yeah, we love doing that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my daughter got me a something on my Apple Watch that tells me when I turn it so loud that it's hurting my ears. So now I can't turn it up too far.
So, can you have really good habits, but also have bad habits?
Well, I think that the biggie here is, and I'd like to know what you all think too, but yeah, you can have good habits or bad habits. One of the traps though is that if we give these things labels good and bad, then sometimes we don't stay with. If we feel like we should do something, that often doesn't last very long. So the labels good and bad often go along with feeling like we should do something. So a lot of what my co-host Heather Hardema and I do in the summit is we talk about figuring out through mindfulness, which I know you all do,
Yep.
who am I and what do I want? And then what habits are in alignment with what I really believe and what's my vision for myself. And so the very first step is to, instead of thinking about habits as I should or I shouldn't or good or bad, I'd recommend we ask questions about, is this really me? Do I really believe? Does it really have value? Does that feel like does that answer like ring
That's a
true
good
to
answer.
any of you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
it's a different way
habits
to
help?
work. Oh,
What
sorry, go
habits
ahead.
help us?
Oh, say the question again, sorry.
What habits help us?
What habits help us? The most important one is to be at peace with ourselves, to have a place of peace within ourselves. And that's again, that mindfulness and slowing down. And then you all know how important whole food is.
Yep.
And
Yes, definitely.
the habit of having positive, loving, kindful, that's a pretty good word actually. Kindful, mindful.
Yeah. For a second, I thought that was a real word.
Kind, compassionate relationships with others, very powerful. Managing our stress, because we're all going to be stressed. And then moving, getting lots of movement, lots of exercise. These are the five key habits.
Wow.
So can you go over the five the five key habits? So, and how can we start making these habits?
Well, again, we really want folks, like, have you ever, you all, I know that you all move a lot, right? But do you have any friends that like just sit in front of the TV all day? They don't like to exercise?
Yes.
So
Yes,
if
definitely.
if you say the word exercise to them, sometimes they act like, exercise, right? It sounds like a prescription. So one of the things we want to do is we want to take these areas of the habits and we want to make them ours, and we want to use words that are lively and engaging. So with movement, which is exercise, we want to think about play. How is a way that we can move that's joyful to us? Kids do this automatically, adults forget. So I have adults think about when they got to go swimming with their friends or when they got to ride their bike with their friends, how did that feel? So that's exercise. And then stress management is peace, because we're always going to be stressed. So we want to have a place of peace within ourselves via our yoga or meditation or prayer. And then food is plants, because plant-based diets are the backbone of every holistic and functional medicine food plan, half to 3/4 of the plate, with all those delicious foods. But we want it to be eating the rainbow, right? We want it to be fun, just trying to get all those
Yes.
Yes.
colorful and living foods. And then sleep. Sleep is the palace of our restoration. So we want to have our room be a sacred space where we get lots of sleep. And most of us need 8 to 9 hours of sleep. So everybody who's up watching Netflix or they're scrolling on their phone till midnight and getting up at 7, those 2 precious hours they don't get, then their brain doesn't restore, their body doesn't recover from exercise. And then just connections with people. The fifth one is our human connection, restores our immune system and builds all these wonderful connections in our brain and keeps us really healthy and vital. So we're not lone wolves. We're built to be part of a pack.
That is amazing how all of these habits can make such a big difference in our lives.
Amazing.
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 What do you guys think are the most important habits? What are your most important habits?
We love the color habit. Well, to make basically food fun using color, because a lot of people have
Artificial
Not
color.
yeah, that's what I
coloring.
meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, I mean like natural color, not artificial color.
Rainbow fruits.
Skittles don't count, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
And then sleep is really important, and we like to listen to stuff to help us get to sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
also, yeah, and also mindfulness
Yep. It's a
Mm-hmm.
really important habit.
and cleanse.
Mm.
Mm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, being clean.
Mm.
Cleanse.
Beautiful. Now, your mom told me the other day when you all do mindfulness, you just slow down and really tune into how you're feeling and doing. Is that how you
Yes.
all would describe it when you all do mindfulness?
Yep.
Yep.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Makes it sound pretty simple for all these people that think it's complicated.
Yeah, you would just sit down and relax. That's really what mindfulness is.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
And be grateful.
Yeah. Kids are so busy. How can we get these healing habit into our very busy schedule? I mean, it's not maybe it's not as busy as adults, but
It's
Mm-hmm.
busy to the kids.
yeah, busy to the kids.
Right. Well, I think that what you all just said might be one of the most important ones. No matter how busy we are, then if we stop and tune in, I think would be the phrase I would use. Like, listen to the radio station of our experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we can feel it if we're distracted at work, or if we're not aware of the needs of someone in our family, or a friend needs us to reach out, or we need to take a break or get some fresh air. If we can't even hear the message, then the busyness just takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are so busy these days, they don't even just stop and think
Yeah.
and just relax.
We listen to our body.
Stop.
Right.
Think,
Right. Yeah. Well, so then when people are tuning in and listening to their bodies, I do want them to ask themselves, is there something I can let go of? Because in the United States, so much of marketing and media is about more, more, more. The newest iPhone, the newest clothing, whatever. And so one of the things that the co-host Heather Artem and I encourage is for people to think about, what's something I could let go of and create some space for something that's precious to me.
So, a lot of kids have bad habits of eating junk food and staying up all night with media, video games, basically technology.
Instagram.
That's media. And how can they let go of all of the addiction to the screen, basically? And
Well, here's one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And you know how like blue light can affect your brain in a horrible way.
That's why you wear blue light glasses.
Well, that's also
Yeah.
why you don't go to on your screens at the middle at night. So how can they let go of the addiction?
Yeah. Well, let's see what you guys think of this. So the phrase "add the good" often is one of the best things to do, because we've got a primitive instinct, if it's our precious phone or our precious Instagram scrolling or our precious me time, and somebody says, don't do that, as a survival instinct, we think, well, I'm not going to let go of that thing. So often what'll work better is, let's pretend that the Instagram habit is a friend, but not your best friend. Like, some of the things in that relationship don't really serve. And there's kind of this feeling like, I don't really know that this relationship is what I want in life. Adding a new relationship sometimes means that the new, better friend, so some time walking or some time playing outside or swimming or creating, then it isn't so much trying to make the Instagram go away, but it's more like saying, this new friendship makes it very easy to want to hang out more with my new friend and less with my old friend.
So, should we celebrate our successes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's this neuroanatomy, right? There's a good word. So our nerves are the parts of our brain and sensory wires. And then anatomy is the shape or structure of things. And so when we get a win, if we stop and give ourselves a high five or a pat on the back, it actually strengthens the neuroanatomic connections in the brain for us to want to do it again.
Is there one way to succeed? Because my routine and habits look different than everyone else. Should I be worried?
Great question. My big thing is that none of my patients or the people that I get to work with get better until they realize it's actually going to be specifically theirs. And so the phrase I use, it should be like your comfiest shoes, your favorite jacket, your best friend. And a lot of the time when people are successful, it looks very different than everyone else, because none of us have the same shoes, none of us have the same jacket, none of us have the same friends. And so I just want people to know that's a good sign that your way is different. It means you've made it your own. It's called ownership or agency. It's one of the most powerful things you can do.
That is amazing.
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 Dr. Downey, let's face it, having these habits can be difficult. How can we stay motivated?
I think that the really big deal here is to decide who we want to be. So what's our goal? Do we want to run a faster sprint? Do we want more muscles? Do we want our joints to feel better? Do we want more energy in the morning? Do we want to be able to show up more for our family or our community? And then the habits really should feel like something that there's a friendship with, because then the motivation in doing the habit, if the habit feels like, I just got to grind it out, I got to grind out these push-ups, I got to put on the running shoes again, I don't think that's a sign that that's really the right habit for us. It should feel like, yay, I get to put on my running shoes again. The one I always use is my karate instructor. I got my black belt when I was in high school. And so my karate instructor made me go running all the time. And I always felt like, I got to put on these running shoes and go running. I had to. And then I broke my heel 20 years ago and I couldn't run for 5 years. And then when I started running again, I just thought to myself, what do I want out of it? Like, what's fun about running? And then I saw all these people doing parkour, all these crazy things where they jump around and swing off bars and bounce off the walls. So when I go out running, I'll jump up and down off the edge of the trail or rocks on the beach and try to do a half turn and just feel this sort of joy of movement. So I think the most important thing is that we want our habits to feel like things that we really believe in and we really enjoy. Then we don't have to force ourselves.
So, you were talking about how we have to make it fun for ourselves to be a habit, right? But there's also there's is it true that there, because it studies that if you do a certain thing for 30 days straight, it'll become a habit? Because that's like, is that like a misconception or is that actually true? Even if you don't love it.
Well, that one, that's a misconception, and it's kind of like New Year's resolutions. So I don't know if you, probably in your household, this doesn't happen, but a lot of people think on the first day of the new year that they're going to do something they've never done before. And the success rate on New Year's resolutions, I think, is 2% or something like that. So people that think they're going to lose 30 pounds or eat whole food and quit their McDonald's or whatever. And so, yeah, admittedly, there's a little bit of studies on, people having a little more success if they do something for 30 days. But actually, the key issue here again is that if there's not agency and ownership of the habit, then it doesn't really tend to stick, whether it's at 30 days or not. And another cool thing is if a person does what's called a tiny habit, where they just do even a part of something they believe in each day. Like, let's say in the book Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, the person wants to take a lavender bath to de-stress. So they put a trigger next to the faucet in the bathroom, which is where the lavender oil is. And when they walk past it in the evening, they see it. Even just seeing the trigger is part of the progress toward the lavender bath. Opening the cap, even if they don't have time to take the lavender bath. After the lavender bath, doing the high five in the mirror, giving themselves a high five if they even think about the lavender bath or open the oil, whether they take the bath or not. So like this incremental organic way that the habit grows doesn't have any black and white 30-day mark to success or not. It's more like a plant in the garden.
So where can people start? I mean, right now you're talking about the lavender, but what can people do today, and how can they start basically implementing these habits like very easily? And do you
So
have
here's my,
anything that can help with that?
yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. So I want them to be like you. I want them to just do two things. So I want them to slow down and tune in via mindfulness. I just want them to get in a part of the house that feels safe and peaceful. And I want them to just stop and take a few deep breaths. And I want them to think about one habit they'd like to have. And then I want them to think about how to achieve that via a tiny habit, meaning, and let's use the example you all gave. So those kids that are eating junk food, if they want to start their way toward whole food, I just want them to pick one whole food that they love, whether it's carrots or hummus or, you name it, kale chips, whatever it is for them. And then any time that they go to have that snack, I want them to just stop and take a bite of the whole food that they love first and just listen to how that feels in their body before those Cheetos hit their stomach. And then just start asking how much of the orange of those Cheetos can turn into the orange of those carrots slowly over time. Is the trigger the orange color? And then do I go ahead and be compassionate with myself and give myself a high five if I ate 1 carrot and 10 Cheetos? Yes, because they got the carrot.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know? Like the carrot looks exactly like the Cheeto, so they can easily trick themselves and into eating the carrot.
I love it.
So you have an amazing summit coming up. Can you tell us more about the summit and who it's targeting?
Well, it's for everyone of all ages. So I hope that some of the kids that dig this setting that you all are creating, check it out, because it's deliberately in language that's accessible to everyone. So it's from people to 0 to 105 years of age, either gender, any gender, I should say, and any background. And so it's got the father of functional medicine, Jeff Bland. It's got Evidetko about fight, flight, freeze, faint, and what that means for us. 40 plus experts in all these different arenas, actual habit change experts like Beth Handel from the Handel Group. She teaches executives how to be successful. It's just this huge a la carte menu of different perspectives on how our habits matter. And it's the Healing Habits Summit, 21st to the 27th at the end of this month. People can access free content now. They can check out my e-guide. And then during the summit, they can listen to the 5 to 7 speakers each day for free. And it just was really an incredible opportunity to steward that. I mean, the most amazing speakers, Madia Saeed, who's also the most amazing mom in the world. So I would really encourage people to check her out.
Thank you so much. And your work is so amazing. So, but where can people learn more about you and your work?
Seaworthymed.com. And it's not hard to find us on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn.
That was so empowering, everyone. Make sure to follow Dr. Downey's on social media and sign up for the summit today. It's a must watch.
Thank you so much, Dr. Downey. Let's recap Dr. Downey's key points.
Look into what habits that will help you to where you want to get to. Ask yourself, is this really me? Does that really have value? Make a habit your own. No matter how busy we are, we need to stop and tune in and just relax. Tune into the radio station of our own experience. Finding peace is an important habit. Find and create peace, and find a place of peace in your home. It could be the bathroom, so you can get your privacy, or it could just be outside, just anywhere where you can fulfill mindfulness and meditation, because it's a great way to find peace. Think about one habit you have and what you want to add and what you want to take out.
3. Eat real food. Eat real food. 3. Eat real food. Eat real food. Make food fun and colorful.
Number 4. Have kind and compassionate relationships.
We like to say kindful, compassionate relationships.
Find a way we can move that is fun.
And celebrate your successes, even if it's small. Your goals and start to work towards it. Only way you'll get to them if you actually go to them. Remember, your body knows the way, so listen to your body and make a habit your own, and try to love it. And if you love it, then you'll be able to implement it into your life.
11. Big things grow. Enjoy it and trust it. If your way looks a little or a lot different than everyone else, that is good. It should.
I'm so honored I got to spend time with you.
Yeah, thank you again.
Thank you again.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you again.
It's our pleasure, and we are so happy that you were able to come with us today.
So honored.
Made my day, guys.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Zayn Sari.
I'm Abdullah.
And I'm Iman. And Qasim.
Follow my family and I on social media, Holistic Mom MD, and look up for my mom's book, The Holistic Arts, Your Guide to Chronic Inflammation and Disease. And we are so excited to announce our mom's new book, The Holistic Arts for Kids, Parenting Healthy Brains and Bodies in a Changing World, and the amazing children's book we wrote together called Adam's Healing Adventure, The Power of Rainbow Food. So check it out on Amazon. Yay! We have a special gift for everyone listening because we are almost at our 2-year mark. We want to give you all our special dessert cookbook. We know most kids love sweets, so we put our favorite recipes just for you. Check it out on on the description of this podcast.
Wherever it is.
Wherever it is.
Kids need to learn from other kids. Please download our podcast in iTunes and leave a review so other kids and families can benefit. We need to work together to create a healthier future for all of us and the planet. Join us next week for another episode of the Holistic Kids Show, where kids are empowering kids. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.